Hey, Tim Frisch with a Frisch Perspective, bringing you analysis, reviews, and fun from a Christian nerd's point of view. And today I want to talk about Bible fonts, and particularly I want to talk about large print. When you are looking into getting a Bible and you're trying to find a font that's a good size, you'll see that sometimes Bibles will say large print. And so, of course, you're thinking if it's large print, then when I open that Bible, the font is going to be nice and large. But lo and behold, you open some Bibles, and even though it says large print on the box, when you actually look inside, that print is not large. So if you don't know a lot about font, I can tell you generally speaking that, when you're reading like a book or something like that, or if someone writes a paper for academic purposes, maybe a good size, kind of medium size would be like a 12-point font. I think that's pretty standard size. However, in the Bible world, 12-point is often considered a large print. So it's interesting because Bibles are trying to get a lot of information in a relatively small amount of space. So what's considered normal font for a Bible might be more like an 8 or a 9-point font. And so I can show you an example of like a 9-point font, what that looks like, although on camera, it's a little different than seeing it in person. But I would say if you look at the typical Bible that says large print, if it's a standard size Bible, then it's going to actually probably be around a 12-point font. But if it is a thin line, so it's a thinner type of a Bible, it's not as thick, then to save space, they're going to make that font smaller. And what they would consider a large print in a thin line version is probably going to be more like a 10-point font. So watch for that. And what you need to look for on the box is what size point font that particular Bible is. And that will help you to see if it's really going to be enough. And again, 12-point is kind of a normal size. Some Bibles actually, like King James Version that I have, say giant print. And usually if it's giant print, it's going to be in that 12 plus range, maybe even a 14-point font. So that usually will be really good. But again, fonts are given a size in proportion to the size of the Bible. So if it's a standard size, large print is usually pretty good. If it is a thin line, then that font's going to be a little bit smaller. If it's a personal size, my general experience is that a personal size Bible is going to have a little bit bigger font than a thin line Bible, but not as big as a standard size. So a personal size Bible, I have one right here, the CSB personal size. This is not considered a large print, but the font in it is easily a 10-point font. So I would say a personal size Bible usually is going to give you a good size font. Those thin lines, though, can be a little bit smaller. And then if you get a compact Bible, you really need to watch for that, because if it says compact on the case, and then you, even if it says large print, the fact that it's a compact Bible means that large print for a compact might be something like 7 or 8 point, which really isn't large print. So again, standard size Bible is going to have a font that is a little bit more what it says on the box. But again, large print for a Bible might only be a 12-point font. If you want to make sure you're getting a good size font, I would look for something that says giant print if you really struggle to read small print. Maybe a giant print Bible would be for you, something with a 14-point font. If you have pretty good eyesight, 12-point font is usually good. And if you have very good eyesight, then you can get away with a 9-point font, something in that range. But for long periods of reading, I would say that a 10-point font or higher is generally the best. So those are some of my thoughts on Bible font and the sizes that they give you. And if they don't tell you it's a large print, then generally speaking, it's probably going to be smaller than a standard book, although there are exceptions to that. But large print, and this is a point I'm really trying to make in this video, does not necessarily mean that the print is huge or even above average. It just means that it's large compared to a lot of traditional Bibles. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions about this topic or any thoughts of your own, feel free to leave those in the comment section below this video. And thank you so much for watching my thoughts brought to you from a Frisch perspective.